so you guys know I'm pretty high maintenance when it comes to skincare and makeup. I know subscribers have been asking me to review more drugstore brands. You guys stay tuned for the next week and I'm going to see how I do on $100 at Walmart. Hello, so today I thought I'd do a little wrap up for you guys of my $100 Walmart challenge. If you haven't seen that, definitely click on the link to check out the playlist there. But today I'm going to kind of give you guys a little summary of kind of my thoughts on each item and a little bit on getting back into my old routine, which has been a challenge and fun and interesting at the same time. So I guess I'll start out first by talking a little bit about the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, which if you've checked out anything from the playlist, you know there's two versions of it. One that's normal and the other one that says for extra dry skin. Even if you don't have extra dry skin, this is the version you want to get because it doesn't have any of that floral scent that the normal version has. And I've tried both versions extensively in the past. And the scent from the normal version dissipates, but still, if you have sensitive skin, you're a little bit better off going fragrance-free, especially if you don't enjoy floral scents with things. But overall, it's super hydrating. Not a huge fan of the jar packaging, of course. I'll definitely be transporting this into an airless jar of mine. But overall, it's a pretty good one for drugstore brand. This product is probably, I would guess, one of the best sellers. It works well. It layers well with other products. It's hydrating. You can layer heavier, thicker products over it and other lighter serums underneath it, and it works just great. It doesn't have a ton of like antioxidants, but it's got a lot of good skin hydrating and soothing ingredients. So overall, for the price, you really can't go wrong for a good drugstore brand. So this is a good one. I really liked it. I was super happy that I was able to exchange the fragrance version for the extra dry skin fragrance-free version. That definitely helped. So this was a good one. I'll go with the letdown now. The Physicians Formula Vitamin Brightening Facial Oil Stick. Supposed to be kind of a vitamin C SPF kind of combo. And when I picked it up, I didn't have a lot of money left in my $100. So I thought I would kind of, kill two birds with one stone by picking this up. And you know what? Overall, I would have rather have just gone with a good sunscreen or a good vitamin C product instead of trying to get two of them in one and kind of going cheap with that. So overall, not a huge fan of it. Definitely wouldn't repurchase it. Definitely will never touch it again. I guess I'll probably see if, I don't even know who I would pass it down to. Because you rub the whole stick on your face. I don't know. It's not a good product. But you know what? I have heard from some people that really love it. So you know what? If it works for you and your skin tolerates it well, then go for it. I was always a little bit concerned that I wasn't getting the good SPF coverage by having to apply it over your skin. And it had like a little bit of a scent, chemical scent to it. And it was a turnoff. The whole product, I didn't like. But you know what? If you like it and it works, there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to go to something else. The Simple Formula Micellar Gel Cleanser. This was a good gel cleanser. Actually, I've been trying some new cleansers I picked up from Sephora, and some of them don't hold a candle to this. This one worked really well. It did a great job removing eye makeup, foundation, everything. It just, when I would go to use a cotton pad with toner after this, there was hardly anything ever left on it. So this did a good job. Never left my skin feeling dry or dehydrated. So I really liked it. This was a winner and fragrance-free, well-packaged, good product. I'm going to go to their Micellar Cleansing Water, which I followed up after using the Simple Cleanser. And this one, it was also pretty gentle. Did a good job kind of cleansing any remaining residue or debris, which there was rarely any left anyway. But overall, this did a pretty good job. Very affordable. It's a gigantic bottle, and I'll definitely continue to use this. So this is a good one if you're looking for a good micellar water. I don't know that I would use this for a full face cleanse on its own, but it works if you use like another cleanser beforehand. It does a good job, so I'm not certain that it would totally do the best job on its own without any cleansers before, but overall for kind of cleansing and toning, it did a good job for that. So really liked it. Fragrance free, very good product. Let me go to one I disliked. that was the e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara, which was $3. So, you know, when the average mascara I use is probably $20, going to a $3 mascara, probably should have expected, you know, not to love it as much. But this one, I'm not sure if it was old stock. There's no date anywhere on it. So I can't tell really if it was just old and it had been hanging there for a long time, or if it's just a drier mascara. So I'm not really sure. I definitely wouldn't pick it up again. And, you know, I'm trying to think if I have a friend that just likes a little bit of mascara, I'd probably pass it off to them. But overall, it's, I don't know, didn't do much for volume, length, separation, defining, didn't do much at all. So, but then again, it was $3, so I don't feel like totally ripped off. So, in the wand, I can clean off and donate to Wands for Wildlife. So, the Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer was a joy to use. I really like this. I'll definitely continue to use it, especially on my neck, which gets more sensitive than my face. I really liked it. Very well packaged, fragrance-free. It's got some good hydrating ingredients in there. Yeah, and it layers well with other products. I tend to use, I think I've got about half the bottle left. So I definitely went through a good chunk of this bottle, and it worked quite well for my skin. Never caused any irritation, redness, breakouts, nothing like that. So pretty reliable, good product, very affordable as well. So if the Hydro Boost is a little bit out of your price range, this one's good, and it's packaged a little bit better than the Hydro Boost. So this one is one that I really liked. So I'm really liking this Simple brand. I'm very glad I found them. I had tried one of their products when they kind of first came out, and I really liked it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. So really good one. Really like that. The Burt's Bees Hydrating Lip Oil. This was a good one too. Did a nice job because for other lip products, the only thing I had was this kind of lip color balm that was in the butter box. But this was a good one. I really liked using it at nighttime, or sometimes even just during the daytime, just for a little bit of a glossy finish. It worked really well. I'll definitely continue to use it and use this tube up, and really liked it. And yeah, nothing else really too exciting, but yeah, so this was a good one. And kind of the savior of the whole experiment was the Physicians Formula Butter Box, which came with a highlighter, bronzer, blush, an eyeshadow duo, a little perfume, and a lippy. So, and I think this whole set was under $15. So this really saved me the day. Otherwise, I probably would have had to go without oh, I forgot my foundation, the Revlon Candid foundation. Hang on one second, I'll go grab that. But anyway, so I really like this one. The bronzer and blush and the highlighter all blended very easily. They were pretty pigmented. They had a little bit of a scent to them, which I think was intentional. Supposed to have kind of a coconut scent to it. Didn't like it, but it dissipated almost immediately. So overall, those are pretty good. The lippy was okay. That had a bit of a taste to it that I didn't really like so much. But overall, it's a good bargain. And these are pretty close to hold a candle, definitely, to other bronzers and highlighters that I've used in the past. So I really liked it, and couldn't say enough good things about it. It was a really good deal. And let me go grab my foundation. I forgot the foundation. And the foundation was the Revlon Candid foundation, which has a nice color selection. I would say it's about medium coverage, medium to full coverage. I've got color 260, which is chai, and it works well. It doesn't have any fragrance in it. Doesn't really have any SPF. And in terms of the anti-pollution things, it's got some good beneficial ingredients in there, which help your skin protect it, kind of fight off pollution, things like that. Really, in terms of anti-aging and really, really fighting off environmental stressors, you need a good sunblock and a good vitamin C. But overall, for a drugstore foundation, this one is definitely better than some of the more expensive foundations I've tried. And I really liked it. I heard from a lot of you guys that really liked this one. So this is a good one. If you're looking for a good drugstore foundation, I was happily impressed with it. And it was full enough coverage that I didn't really need to use a concealer with it. So that was kind of a nice bonus as well. And a little bit goes a long way. And it was pretty affordable as well. And I love the packaging. So that was a good one. And lastly, the Wet n Wild Dewy Primer. Did a good job. Very similar to the Smashbox Radiance Primer or the Becca Back Light Primer. So if you have more oily skin, you probably won't like this because when you apply it, it definitely gives your face a glow, a sheer glow. And you definitely wouldn't want to use this alone. You definitely want to finish this with foundation. Otherwise, you'll kind of walk around shiny. But for me, with my super dry skin, it gave my skin a nice bit of hydration. Worked well over the vitamin C sunblock stick. And it worked well under foundation as well. So it kind of gave my skin a nice glow to it. And I love the fact that Wet n Wild's super affordable and cruelty-free. I think this was less than $3 or right around there. So I'll have to do a versus of this and some other primers that I've liked because this one was a good one. And Wet n Wild's definitely stepping up their game. So, yeah. So overall, I was really pretty happy with most of my picks. And for under $100 to be able to do your skincare and your makeup, for a whole week, and I probably could go on for another 4 weeks, and I probably wouldn't run out of any of this stuff. So, and I definitely have some products in here that I'll be reaching for in the future. So, and probably a couple things I'll be passing down to friends and family. But overall, it was very fun. I liked it. It was kind of a sanctioned $100 shopping spree, although the $100, I thought I would be able to get a little bit more, but overall, I was pretty happy with my picks. And obviously, hindsight 2020, there's a couple things I probably would have changed. Like, I would have probably picked out a better face sunscreen and maybe just skipped the mascara altogether because that was kind of a mess anyway. But, oh, I didn't mention the Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, too. This one, sorry, I totally got too excited about the foundation to mention this, but this was okay. The main ingredient is talc, so it absorbs oil. Didn't give skin much of a glow, but if you have normal oily skin, you almost need a finishing or setting powder. But to be honest, this is one I probably would have skipped as well. You can see I totally forgot about it already, so it really didn't add much to my routine. It maybe blotted the appearance of oil for the immediate application, but after that, within an hour or so, that effect just disappeared, and kind of a disappointment, but it was okay for a $6 setting powder. Most people need that in their routine and probably touch up throughout the day, so I don't tend to touch up anything throughout the day because my skin's super dry anyway, but yeah, you'd probably be a little bit happier if you have normal or oily skin carrying this and, you know, touching up throughout the day, but overall, it was just okay. I didn't need it. I didn't find it added anything into my routine. So you can see I totally forgot about it. But the Simple brand is definitely a unknown treasure. And I know some people mentioned you should have picked up CeraVe. Well, I love CeraVe. It's a good drugstore brand, but it was a little too pricey. I mean, one of those products of theirs probably cost as much as the 3 Simple products together. So it just wasn't going to happen. But there's always hindsight 2020, so I kind of had fun with this. I'll definitely be doing some other challenges, so if you guys have any ideas on what you want to see me do, definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And back to some good reviews, and I've got a lot of fun stuff coming up, lots of new products and sales, so I've got lots of fun stuff, so stay tuned for that. Definitely leave a comment with your thoughts or suggestions, and check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. Thank you so much, guys. Hello, guys. So, my challenge is over for my evening routine. So, I'm going to go back to my old evening routine because I'm so excited to get back to it. And anyway, yeah. So, and I'll just chat with you about kind of what I learned, I guess. So, I washed my face with the Pacifica Hemp Beauty Face Cleanser. Pacifica Beauty face cleanser. So I did that, got out of the shower, dried off, put my hair stuff in, my body lotion on, and now I'm going to use my toner. Normally I don't wait until my face is dry. I try and keep my face damp until I get through my routine. But obviously I had to do my body lotion and my hair, and then obviously actually put clothes on because nobody wants to see that. So during that time, my face did dry, but normally I try and like spritz it, with a face spray in between. Actually, a friend of mine told me about this new Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench, Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrating Toner Mist. And usually, like, if I get out of the shower, my face is starting to get a little bit dry, I'll give a couple spritzes of this, and then hopefully my face stays damp enough until I get to my toner, because the faster you can get serums and moisturizer on your skin before it totally dries, the better hydration you're going to have. It's just better to prevent that water loss from happening. So if you get out and give yourself a couple spritzes, it should give you a minute or two to get dressed or put your body lotion on, and then start going with your essence or toner. That's the best way to do it if you can. So, anyway, I think I've done a good job. I just try to make sure all of that sunscreen stick is off, because that stuff was pretty gross. And I don't want any residue of that on my skin. I don't want to break out from it. Anyway, so I think I did pretty good getting most of the areas. And I will show you the cloth is very, very clean. So I did a very good job. So anyway, hello. I'm back. Okay. So I did that. Then I'm going to apply an essence, which one I've been lately going with is the Tatcha Essence. Short ingredient list, so if you have very sensitive skin, it could be potentially a good one, but it's very expensive. And to be honest, for what you get, that's mostly water. It should be like $5 and not whatever price they charge. But if you're thinking about picking it up, I recommend checking on QVC, because occasionally they'll have this in a set with like 3 or 4 other products for less than the essence normally costs separately. So it's worth checking out on. Okay, there we go. I'm surprised my skin is still pretty good. My neck got really dry during the challenge. Normally I have several different moisturizers I use on my neck because it's always been the driest part of my whole body. But yeah, so I was pretty happy with my skincare products. I was very happy with. The makeup was very hit or miss. There are a couple clear winners and a couple products that there's no way I'm ever going to be using them again. And I'll tell you what those are in a second. So after I apply my Tatcha Essence, then I apply usually my Paula's Choice Brightening Essence, which is an awesome product. It's got a very light texture to it. And a little bit of it goes a long, long way. And I personally credit this product for being one of the few products that really helped brighten my skin up, really helped with hyperpigmentation, and helped my skin stay hydrated. I personally will credit this product with a portion of that. There's a few other ones, but the Resist Brightening Essence definitely made an absolute huge difference. So, and I love how, see my skin? It looks hydrated, but not oily or greasy. Looks a little bit more plump. So, honestly, I can't say enough good things about that. Anytime I see it on a decent sale, I'll stock up and buy at least 2 anytime I see it. So, anyway, so I applied that. Now I'm going to apply my, let's see if I can find it, First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. I'm going to put some of that on. This also has made a huge difference in my skin. I love this serum, and you know, if you have oily skin, this might be all you need, especially in the summer. If you have drier skin, you can just go ahead and layer anything you want over it. Or if you have dry skin and it's summertime, this might be all you need as well. So, there we go. My eyes are going to be so happy, you know, that this challenge is over, because they've been highly neglected for the past week. Yeah, highly neglected. My eyes and my lips and my neck. So, oh, I can do my lash thing. I haven't done that for a week either. My Revital Lash. Okay, I gotta remember that. Okay, so I've done that. And then normally I typically tend to apply my Differin, which I use maybe a little bit for anti-aging cross my fingers. There's not a lot of research on different and anti-aging, but doing that, preventing breakouts, preventing clogged pores, all of those good things, especially since I'm always testing new products. I like this because I have a feeling if I were continually trying new things that my skin would get very angry at me quickly if I wasn't doing something to help it. So there we go. Okay. I know I say a pea-size amount, but when I see the word pea-size amount, or the words pea-size amount, I hear the size of a tomato. So go with it. Use as much as you want. Apply it liberally. Okay. You know what? I can say my skin just already, to me, looks happier, more rested, brighter. And it could 100% be in my head, but I just feel like it just feels much happier now. So I've applied that. And then I'm going to apply something I started recently, which is the Tula Acne Clearing Tone Correcting Gel. And it's got a good amount of salicylic acid in there, as well as some brightening ingredients. So I think this is a good way to kind of slowly get my skin back to getting used to exfoliants. I don't think I'd want to go after a week of not using any exfoliants at all to suddenly shocking my skin back into its 12% exfoliant, but this is a good way to do it. But just FYI, if you do use different, be cautious using other acids. And if you haven't used it before, definitely don't do my routine, because my skin has kind of adjusted to the different and using an alpha hydroxy acid or beta hydroxy acid at the same time. But for a lot of people, using the different and then applying something like this with another active ingredient in it can be way too much. So definitely start out slow if you're using either of these. If you're going to add both of those into your routine, pick one to start with. Give it a month or so until your skin is used to that. And then slowly, again, add in another thing. Doesn't specifically have to be this one, but any other exfoliant that you're going to add in. Just be careful when you're using more than one acid or active ingredient in the same routine or the same evening or morning. So be careful about that. So, okay, so I got those done. I think I'm going to make sure I get my eye cream on. And I think I'm just going to start my lash products again tomorrow. There we go. This is the Skin Fix Brightening Eye Cream, which was precursor to them now that they're at Sephora. Now they've got their, they've got a couple different eye creams now at Sephora, which I think I ordered them on the sale. So by the time you see this, the sale might be over. But anyway, I'll definitely be reviewing those because I like this old school eye cream. I think I got Marshalls or TJ Maxx for like $5. And yeah, I really like it. So there we go. I also feel like my eye area is already much more happy again too. So I've got that going for me. Okay. I'm debating now what I should do. If I should, I did the different. I'm wondering if my skin could handle a little bit more retinol or not. And I think I'm going to start out slow and probably not use another retinol. I know a lot of people will say you use different and another retinol, and basically my theory is that different types of retinoids penetrate the skin into different layers. I believe different doesn't penetrate it super deep. It's very more surface, which is why it's great for pores and things like that. But other types of them go much deeper. So my theory is different is a more shallow form. And then if I'm going to use another type of retinol, I want that one to penetrate more deeply and get the other pores and areas of the skin that the different doesn't get down to. So that's my theory on it. However, if you have sensitive skin, or if your skin is not adjusted to retinoids and things like that, definitely start out slow again, pretty much with everything. And then always do like a patch test before you use it on your face. do a patch test a couple days in advance just to make sure your skin isn't sensitive to part of it. So I am going to skip using another retinoid tonight. And I think, let's see, my skin feels good. I'm going to go with a little bit of the Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Cream, which I missed so much during my challenge time. But my skin feels so good. But you know what, to be honest, the one thing that did surprise me about doing this Walmart challenge is the fact that, you know, everyone thinks Walmart's, I mean, there's some products in the Walmart aisle that are like $30 or $40. And I'm like, geez, the Ordinary is cheaper than this, or the Inculus is cheaper than this, or Good Molecules is cheaper than this. So, you know, to be honest, when people think that's like the cheap of the cheap, it's really not. I can't imagine what routine I could have created for $100 of money just shopping at Good Molecules or the Ordinary. I probably would have gone even a little further. So anyway, there we go with that. I'm going to apply a little bit of Benton Aloe Propolis Gel. And that I'm just going to apply in my neck just because of how dry it gets. I found adding a little bit of a product like this seems to help it stay a little bit more hydrated during the night. And that's why I always wear my that gray shirt. I've got like 3 of them because you can massage things down your neck a little bit better than a shirt like that. But anyway, that's a total side note. So anyway, so I think I've got pretty good. I've got, I worked in the salicylic acid product. Got some hydration in there. Got some essence, some good vitamins in there. I think I'm almost done. So I think I'm going to finish it off with my favorite combination of the Claire's Midnight Blue Calming Cream with a pump of the Paula's Choice Radiance Renewal Mask. I love to mix the two together. Sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of a vitamin C drop in there or something. Oh, and I should mention the mask. I finally got to use masks now. I used one of the new Sephora ones. This is the Oat Musli Mask. And it was pretty darn good. They're very hit or miss. I think they have 5 of them. And there's a couple of them that have a lot of fragrance ingredients. And then a couple that have little to no fragrance ingredients. So you just have to look at the ingredient list very carefully if you're going to try one of those masks out. Because some of them are great for the price and for the ingredients, and then some of them are just probably not going to be very helpful for your skin, and in fact could leave your skin feeling worse. So I've got that, and a pump of the Brightening Serum. Mix it together, and mix it together. And I like to just kind of leave it on thick so it takes a while to absorb after I've laid down. So now I'm excited. Tomorrow I'll probably start adding a few more products into my routine and getting my skin back up to normal shape, which was pretty easy. I mean, the stuff was pretty good. The one thing, if I just had a little bit more money, I could have gotten a good vitamin C product, alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acid exfoliant, and a retinol. But since I was stuck to my budget, I really just went with the basics. Which, you know what, if you have issues or damaged skin barrier, you know, you've overdid it with something, or you got sunburn, always use sunscreen. You know, going back to the basics seems to help your skin kind of get back its normal functioning, you know, producing oil and things when it needs to, instead of whatever you've overdone it with. So kind of sometimes going back to the basics if you've got an issue it can never really hurt, and you can certainly help your skin kind of get back into regulating itself better instead of being in freak out mode, you know, like, oh my gosh, you burnt me, I need to blister, I need to peel, and I need to produce extra oil, and yada yada yada, you know. So you kind of reset, almost like a reset, like when you restart your computer, you restart your skin. So anyway, so now I get to try and figure out how to get my countertop back to normal. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, it's not doing it. That's what my countertop looks like. I don't know if you can see any of that. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. I'm back. Thank you guys so much. Check out the playlist. And I will see you guys with more reviews later. Check out nobsbeauty.com. Thank you so much, guys.